This is, some would say it is a heartwarming love story you may not have heard about. That's why you're going to hear about it here. It is well worth hearing about. Others would say it's a heart-wrenching love story. You've heard about the scammers online. They're called romance scams, aka catfishing. Someone sets up a fake Facebook account, could be a dating app, really anywhere, Instagram, TikTok. And then they connect with a person who maybe is lonely. They have emotional needs that haven't been met for a long time, the need for connection, the need to feel valued. And then someone looks up, he's like, hey, you are a beautiful 79-year-old lady, and I want to get to know you, and I want to get married and build a life with you. These scammers always move so fast. They're preying on very emotionally needy people. And then before too long, the scammer is like, dude, I'm definitely going to come to see you. First, my mom's in the hospital. I can't leave her. They're not going to treat her. Gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. They get money out of the person. So that's the thing. It's preying on emotionally needy people. We're all emotionally needy. The question is, how do you get your emotional needs met? And if you're not getting them met, you're just more vulnerable to the romance scams. And it is truly pieces of garbage running these scams. They ruin lives. They bankrupt people. It's literally theft. There was a Calgary woman who got scammed out of $800,000. Imagine you had $800,000 in a briefcase in your car. Someone breaks into your car, steals your $800,000. That would feel a lot better than getting emotionally manipulated. I love this person. You truly believe you love this pretend person. You send them the money like you did it. You sent it to them. That would feel so emotionally devastating. I think it would feel much better, just like, damn it, someone broke into my car and stole my $800,000. It wouldn't feel good. It would feel probably a lot better than getting romance scammed out of it. Now, where my empathy starts to run dry is with this story. Woman loses thousands of dollars to romance scammer posing as astronaut in distress, police in Japan say. All right. What's this about, JP? Yeah, so this old lady in Japan met a fraudster on social media this past July, and the fraudster claimed to be a male astronaut. And you're like, all right, checks out so far, JP. After some exchanges, the scammer one day told her he was in space on a spaceship right now, but was under attack and in need of oxygen. You're like, well, that checks out too, JP. He's an astronaut, okay? They go to space, of course, on spaceships. Spaceships under attack, that just proves there's extraterrestrials out there. That checks out. And he needs oxygen. That checks out. There's no oxygen in space. If you don't have enough, you need to buy some more. I was online the other day and I stumbled across this video from Chuck Norris. He's in his 80s, but he says he still feels like he's in his 50s. The guy looks insane. It's actually pretty shocking. He had some pretty cool tips in there on what he's doing, including these 3 foods that he avoids like the plague. At first I was kind of skeptical because I was like, well, he's Chuck freaking Norris. He's invincible. Nothing can take him down. But then he explained what he was doing, and it actually made a lot of sense. Then I tried some of his tips. They were super simple and easy, and I'm actually feeling pretty damn amazing now because of them. And at first I didn't really want to share this info, but then I thought, well, y'all are so loyal to me, and what happened for Chuck and what happened for me could also happen for you. But like with anything new, results can vary. But the video I watched is definitely worth checking out. I actually reached out to him and got a special link for my viewers. You can watch the video at chuckdefense.com/JP. That's chuckdefense.com/JP. Make it even easier. It's also linked below. It's a pretty quick watch and it's a game changer, and I'd invite you to check it out for yourself at chuckdefense.com/JP. So the scammer then urged her to pay him online to help him buy oxygen. And you probably say, well, that checks out too, JP. You can't just drive the money to him, to his spaceship that's under attack. Of course, she would need to send it to him online. I got it. And then, he's gonna use it to buy oxygen. That checks out too, JP. The oxygen stores in space, they don't just give oxygen away. You said nothing is free. They don't just give oxygen away. You need money to buy the oxygen from the oxygen stores in space. He's like, JP, this checks out. What are you being so critical about? So nonetheless, the astronaut successfully hoodwinked the older lady out of $1,000,000 yen, which translates to $6,700 in real money. Now, call me a skeptic of the skeptics on this one. I actually think there were signs from the early stages that this is a scam. You're like, JP, you really have no compassion. You don't know how these scams work. There's no way to see them. I know so many of them are just so devious. They trick people. This one, I think, had some signs. Astronaut, chances are if you meet someone online, they're probably going to be an astronaut. I'll give you that. Astronaut currently in space. I don't know. Do they have the internet? Don't they have a busy schedule of doing space things and they can't message you? Then I look at the message from the scammer. The guy turned out to be a scammer. Just spoiler alert. The scammer tells the lady, my spaceship's currently under attack. I would question that. I think I would. I have not fallen for this scam more than 2 or 3 times. It's like I can see this kind of thing coming. I would think maybe your spaceship is not under attack. Wars don't happen in space. Like who's attacking your spaceship? Is it the Taliban? They don't have space shuttles. Is it aliens? I've seen that on movies, but I knew those movies are fictional. And then the part about my oxygen's running low. Trust me, if you're an astronaut, I can empathize with that. But where I would then question this even harder is you need my money to buy oxygen. First off, isn't like NASA or the Japan NASA? Don't they buy the oxygen? Or they leave that on the astronauts to buy? It's like a Southwest pilot. He doesn't have to buy fuel for the plane. The airline does that. So I would question that. And then even if you can be, okay, it makes sense. He needs oxygen. And again, I'm not going to ask questions. It's life and death. Where do you buy oxygen while you're in space? Where do you get it? Now, this lady, for all I know, the Japan old lady, she might be the world's biggest conspiracy theorist. She's not one of these amateurs that think we never landed on the moon. She's one of these professional conspiracy theorists who say, we have a fucking moon base there they don't want us to know about. And by the way, it's a reptilian species that runs the moon base. So that's where you buy your fucking oxygen, JP. And he needs money to do it. He's under attack. So anyway, I found that interesting. And authorities are using this story, by the way, as an example. And I think there's a lot to learn from this example because we don't fall for romance scams. So what we can learn from this is if you think you're messaging with an astronaut who's currently in space and their spaceship is under attack currently and they're running low on oxygen, before you send money, do a little digging just to make sure that they're a real astronaut in space under attack running low on oxygen before you send money. Okay?